Good afternoon YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. A slight departure from the football and back to the landscape photography. This afternoon I've made my way out to Titterstone Clee Hill in Shropshire, making my way up to the Nats radar domes on the top of the hill to do some sunset photography and hopefully some astrophotography. There's a little bit of rain starting to fall, but I'm not too worried about that. Going to make my way up to the top of the hill, like I said, and I think today I'm going to try shooting the landscape with a selection of lenses. Going to try the Pentax 35mm 1.4, and I've got a Samyang 24mm 1.4, and what else did I put in my bag? Oh, was it? Yeah, the Pentax 28mm to 105 as well. These lenses give me a good selection of focal lengths, a little bit of a crossover, and a little bit bias towards the wide angle, but I don't mind that. Anyway, slightly out of breath because that's a bit of a climb. I'm going to make my way to the towers, get myself set up for sunset, and then I'll catch up with you shortly. See you in a minute. So folks, it's a short while now before sunset. I've scouted out the location, and I think I know where roughly I'm going to shoot. I'm going to try and keep the sun to my back left. From there, that should give me a nice viewpoint onto the radomes, and hopefully a bit of light will cast off the superstructure, and in the background we should have some landscape and some nice clouds. Well, that's the plan in any case, and that's the plan at least for sunset. After that, just have to hope that the clouds clear and the stars come out, and it's quite a dark sky tonight. I think the moon is in maybe the first quarter, so hopefully should have a good view of the remaining Milky Way core of this year. So going to crack on, get myself set up, show you my composition and the angle I'm shooting, and I'll see you in a minute. So guys, I finally got myself set up in my little composition here on top of Titterstone Clee Hill. I've got the radomes in front of me, just to the left of you, or to the right of me. We've got the sun coming down, it's just setting, it's capturing the radome itself, nice pinkish warm glow coming off that. And a smaller radome in the background, and then just an expanse of cloud which is all lighting up in a nice pink and blue purple hues, looking very nice. So I'm going to show you really probably my setup, my first composition, and then get maybe one or two more of these done, and then move round to my left now, because the sun's going down that way and the light is like coming around this way as well. So I'm going to get on with that and I'll show you what I'm doing. So shooting on a Pentax K1 with a Samyang 24mm 1.4 lens. So yeah, no sooner have I done that little piece to camera, the light's changing very fast, and I've just dumped the camera bag and I'm just yomping across a couple of fields to change my angle onto the subject. I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but the light is changing fast and the clouds are starting to pink up really strongly. trying to get a slightly different angle on the radomes. Again, like I said, I really want to make use of this setting sun. It's looking very nice, and yeah, I think actually where I am now will work nicely. Got a bit of a lead in line with some grasses and some lovely skyscape behind that. I'll quickly show you what I'm looking at. So there's my subject, the radome, and as you can see above, an absolutely amazing skyscape. I think that looks absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to get that shot now, and if it's any good, I'll pop it on the screen for you guys to take a look at. As you can see, the sun has set now quite quickly, and the colours of the sky and the nice pinks and blues and mauve, etc., has been replaced with a silvery grey colour. It's still not to say that you can't get some nice images, of course you can, but yeah, that intensity of colour has gone. It's been replaced with a much more colder feel. So I've taken a few images, so hopefully you guys have seen those already. I'm going to probably get set up now for the evening. The cloud is breaking, it's patchy in places, so hopefully we'll get a bit of stars and some Milky Way, and I'll be able to switch over to some different lenses. I think, like I said earlier, I think I'm going to experiment with the Pentax 35mm 1.4, and I'll change between that and the Samyang 1.4 as well, 24mm, just to see what lens gives me the image I'm looking for. I know there's not much in it, and from a focal point of view, 24mm to 35, on the grand scheme of things, a 24mm I could crop into 35 equivalent. But I like to play and experiment with the different lenses I have, and you know, I generally find, although the focal length can be covered in cropping, you know, sometimes you don't get the same feel, or the rendition of the image is somewhat different from an equivalent focal length lens. Fingers crossed, the clouds will keep on clearing, the night will obviously get darker and darker, there's no moon hopefully, and then yeah, we should get some stars, and I'm hoping a bit of a Milky Way core across my subject, which would be quite nice. So yeah, fingers crossed, meet you in a minute or two. The cloud has come in and it's really obscured the night sky, and yeah, it really hasn't quite worked out as I planned. Oh dear, still. Anyway, I've managed to take a few shots. I really have no idea how they're going to come out. I just have to process them when I get home, put them on screen and take a look. So anyway, I'm going to pack up, make my way back to the car, and yeah, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra!